Huzzah, Rangers. This is Phil Harris here at what is this? Is this the Turbo Rangers show? I guess it is for this particular episode because we've got some very, very special guests this time around. We've got Cam Davidowicz, the local legend himself, and also our good buddy, Andrew Quattrin. Q. Cam, how the hell are you boys down there in New Zealand?
Doing excellent down here, enjoying our time. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been good. Cam said it all. It's been amazing. A couple of the Free Jacks boys down here. Keeping the banter up. It's been good. It's been awesome.
That's awesome. I know there's some other Free Jacks at the house there that might pop on at some point, but I wanted to get you guys on here to discuss your adventures down there in New Zealand. But let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back to that magical final there in Chicago before we proceed. So what's going through your mind at the final whistle? Like, Cam, I'll let you start from left to right here. Just what was your thoughts at the final whistle there?
Just thinking about all the efforts the boys put in throughout the season, how it all actually came to reality.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty amazing to actually be able to think that season's over and we did what we set out to accomplish week one in preseason. Like what we all talked about, what we all wanted. All of it come together was pretty awesome, pretty special.
For sure. Q, what you got?
Yeah. Probably just kind of building on Cam, what he said, like in terms of like, wow, we like actually did it. Like, It's crazy. Probably getting your top speed on the GPS, just running on the field to see the boys. It was good. It was more than good. It was awesome. I think it gives you a bit of like, we have to do that again this year.
Absolutely.
Cam and I were around for like the parade and stuff, and that was epic. Like it's just it's sweet. It was so awesome.
Going back to back, is not something that frequently happens in sports. But when you have that moment where you're feeling so good about what took place, eventually once you're down from that high, you're like, man, let's do that again. So I'm sure the fans, the players, everybody that supports the Free Jacks organization is like, man, let's run this back. Let's do something that rarely gets done in sports. Let's, defend the championship successfully, and let's win that second shield. That would be awesome. Q, you were a part of the rugby Canada tour in Tonga and Fiji. What was that experience like when you were over there?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, going to Pacific Island countries was super fortunate to do that. Fiji's gorgeous. It was my second time there. You were just treated amazing there. The people there are awesome. And then going to Tonga actually to play those games was super special. Kind of immersing ourselves into that culture. We actually got to go over to Vita Soleil's family's house.
Right. Yeah.
They hosted us for a barbecue and stuff, and it was phenomenal. Great food, great people. It was a great time. I think there was like 5 or 6 of the Free Jacks boys that were over there.
That's so cool.
But yeah, no, it was an amazing experience as always, and we were just treated. The people there just awesome, amazing people. So yeah, no, it was great. It was a good experience.
I just saw Tavetta over the weekend playing for Mystic. He's looking really, really good. Super excited for him to be able to, continue his game here with Mystic. And, hopefully we'll see that development, continue into next season. One of my favorite players that doesn't get quite a lot of playing time, but hopefully he will continue to develop as a player. It's so cool that you got to meet his family there in Tonga. That is awesome. I wanted to ask you about our first round draft pick real quick, because you have seen him more than most Free Jacks fans out there have. I'm talking about, of course, Gabriel Casey, who is, a capped Canada player. What do you have to say about him? Like, what should fans look forward to with him?
Yeah, Gabe probably reminds me of like a Spencer Jones.
Okay.
Probably in terms of being like a fit 12 that can like crash hard, but it can also like ball play very well. He's a good guy, like a great guy. He's got this beard, and just like salt to the dude, like will fit in great with the culture. Like just an awesome guy. But like I'm interested to see how he goes, because he, like I said, like he'll run into anything, pretty much anyone or anything. But also when he gets the ball, like it's dangerous to the front row, like out there. He's got good feet, but. No, like I think most importantly as a person, he's an awesome guy. He's a great guy.
That's fantastic. Happy to hear that. Really excited to see him develop as a player under the tutelage of some of the guys in the backs that can help him along. You know, it's super awesome to have a utility player coming in, kind of like Spencer Jones that can play multiple positions. Really excited to get him on the Free Jack for sure. Cam, I wanted to ask you, I was recently down at Crescent Farms, your family farm. I hung out with your mom and your dad. I got the grand tour of the entire estate, if you will. Have you done the corn maze yet?
Well, no, I've been in New Zealand, so I wasn't even home when it was open. But
I
do
didn't
it
know
every
when
year.
it was made. All right. Yeah.
No. So obviously it opened up probably the weekend you got. Did you do it? Did you get?
I did it, what, 2 weekends ago at this point? So, yeah.
Yeah. That was like one of the first weekends it probably opened. So when I get home, I'll be able to do it still because I get home October 16th. So I'll give it a try then. So I try to do it at least once a year because it's always
Shout
different.
out. No doubt. Shout out to your mom and Joel Hentz's girlfriend who made the maze, or at least that was my understanding. It's a really good
Yeah,
one, very
I did.
challenging. You know, my girlfriend does not like nature, so that was like strike number one. And strike number two is like, okay, are we going to be able to finish this before it starts raining? So we reluctantly quit, like, you know, halfway through. So yeah, anybody that goes out there, make sure you bring some comfortable shoes and be prepared to be out there a while because it is very, very challenging. But it's a lot of fun. I will say that. What do you miss most about the farm now that you're in New Zealand during the NPC season?
I would say just my family being around the farm, with my dog. Miss my dog and my family. So looking forward to when I get home, and then of course it's hunting season pretty much right when I get home. So I'm excited to get back to that. My
Right
favorite
on.
time of year to be honest. So
Oh yeah.
it'll be good to
And
be home.
for sure. It's a beautiful spread out there, guys. Make sure you visit Crescent Farms. I highly recommend it. That's where I'm going to get my pumpkins from now on. The pumpkin there, so the selection is fantastic. So I highly recommend it. Both of you got the opportunity to play down in New Zealand. Obviously, that's where we're talking to you from right now. You guys are talking to us from the future. It's Wednesday there right now. Cam, with the Manitowatu Turbos, you're the development squad, the Evergreens, and Q, you're with the main Turbos squad. How are you liking New Zealand for both of you, and how much of a culture shock is it compared to the U.S. and Canada?
You can start.
Yeah, culture shock. Not really. Like I wouldn't say really much. I think the one thing that Cam and I struggle with is
It's a big one.
the ketchup. It's called tomato sauce here, and you have to pay for it. I guess restaurants.
Really?
Yeah, but
Wow.
I would say like in terms of the Free Jacks culture and the Turk culture, they're pretty similar. Like I think Rogers does a great job bringing like it's very similar, honestly. Just a lot of team building stuff, a lot of like continuity between all the players and like getting to know each other. I think the rugby probably skill set is better in New Zealand. But I would say, and can probably agree that like physicality is probably the same as the LR. But yeah, no, I think as a team, it's been great. I wouldn't say any different than the Free Jack. So it's kind of cool to see how, you know, that's what they're doing down here. And we have that in Boston. So
For sure.
Yeah, just getting on like just a few differences, like driving on the upside of the road for a time. That took some getting used to. That's definitely new.
Yeah.
Ketchup I'd say is a big thing because obviously I love my ketchup. So having to pay, it's not just on the table when you go sit down, you have to order it. They charge you.
So weird. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
That is pretty shocking for sure.
Yeah, the culture's been real good. I mean, even with the Evergreens, same type of thing. It's a very good club. The boys around each other. It means welcoming, especially as Americans. So I think they just like having foreign around because they don't seem like they bring in a bunch of foreigners here. It's like if you're not from Samoa, Tonga, or Fiji, or New Zealand, that's pretty much where they go from. So being one of the few Americans down here, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome for sure. I wanted to ask, like, you know, with the driving you're accustomed to in Boston, I mean, how much different is it than in New Zealand? Are you driving, Cam, on the other side of the road, and have you noticed a big difference?
Yeah, no. So I've only driven a few times, handful of times, like driving these boys to the airport a couple times, stuff like that. But I mostly just walk. Everything's within walking distance. So me and Nella stroll from our apartment. Me, Nella, and Q live together. If he's out, he's busy. I don't know what today. So about 15, 20-minute walk, and we just do that in the morning, get on with it. So
very good. Any local food that you guys are going to want to ship back to Boston when you ride back over this way? Any local delicacies that you've fallen in love with?
No, I mean, there was a lot of hype, I will say. People might not like me for this one. There was a lot of hype around the meat pies before I came
Okay.
here, and
Yep.
I haven't been too blown away, to be honest. I think they're good. They're not bad at all, but they're
Right.
not. Everyone said about how they miss them so much, and I haven't blown away by yet. So there's that, but I can't really think of.
We got this cafe that we go to. We get treated quite well. It's called Cafe Cuba, and it's delicious. And the owner actually gets along with Cam quite well. She's like puts him a lot of meal and whatnot.
Oh, very good, very good.
No, she's awesome, and we're probably 6 times a week.
It's our local spot.
Yeah,
it's grabbing coffees every morning almost. Yeah,
frequent.
So it's a good little hangout.
Yeah,
close to our headquarters. So we've been. Cool. That's our probably spot. That's where we'll miss most.
Gotcha. All right. Q, if I'm recalling correctly, you're a bit of a nervous flyer, just like me. How did you do on that long flight over there?
I went to Fiji first, and then so I flew from Fiji to New Zealand, which wasn't bad, honestly. And it was a night flight, which actually kind of helped because I could potentially try and sleep a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the plane, I'm actually quite into aviation. Funny, Connor Young, Dorsey on the squad and I just chat about it and whatnot. But I think the most interesting thing is that you just show up to the gate in New Zealand. There's no customs. There's no security.
What?
So you literally so it's like gate. It would have been like gate 36 or whatever, and going to walk to my gate, and the lady's like, no, you just wait here, and then we call you to gate. And so there's no security flying to small airports, and you just get on these small prop planes and whatnot. So yeah, it's quite unique. Obviously, it's crazy. There's no security. I guess there's really only security going to Auckland to Christchurch, and I think Christchurch, Wellington, the major hubs.
Yeah.
But anything else, it's just you're on the prop plane. You literally show up. You can go up, I think, 25 minutes before and on your flight. And
how about that? That's very different than around here.
Yeah, significantly different. Yeah, exactly. So
I've heard in the past that MLR might be more physical than NPC. You guys were kind of alluding to that a little bit, but not on par technically. I mean, what's your impressions just overall of the games down there compared to MLR specifically?
I'll just go on with I'd say the physical is pretty much identical to it, but just the small skill levels, just the players around here, they've grown up playing it since they're 4 years old, which we don't have in North America. So it's just the props, probably not playing props when they're younger and playing more skill positions.
Yep.
The boys speak.
They're chirping.
They're chirping, huh?
Yeah.
But we'll go on. Q, you can hit off. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think I find myself blowing a lot more than I probably should be. Quite gassed, so it's just very fast, and the skills are crazy. So no, it's I guess it's good fitness. I'll hopefully lay that over in the Almond season.
If you guys want to call the hecklers in, that would be great. Let's just get everybody in if you want to, so we can get them on the screen here.
All right. The mayor's gonna go get some of the boys there.
Appreciate that. There's quite a few current and former Free Jacks on the roster on the Turbos Q. What has impressed you the most just down there in NPC? Is it just the physicality along with the technical skill and them being able to, you're saying that you're getting gassed because of the speed of the game? Is that what has impressed you the most?
Yeah, I think the speed, maybe just the expectations that they've set, you could say throughout their career type of thing, is it's so fat. It's just it seems maybe that next job has mentality has always been there type of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I remember my first training, even just specifically if the 9's passing to the 4, they're pulling them to the 10 out the back, so quick.
Oh wow.
And all options are on, type of thing. If they could, so it's just I would say yeah, they're just like their ability to like read and to like just do these small like the 1%ers that could throw people off, or
Yep.
that's probably what I'm struggling with the most. Is it's like you just got to stay dialed the whole time, and like as obviously as soon as fatigue hits in, like it's that much harder. So yeah.
I mean, once your mind goes, and in my experience playing, a very, very, much smaller level than you guys, like once your mind goes, it's a problem on the pitch, right? Because you can't focus on what is taking place, and any type of technical stuff is just going to go right by you if you're just blowing wind. But I wanted to ask you guys about Mike Rogers, who has a strong focus on team culture while with the Free Jacks. He's now the head coach of the Turbos. What has been the team culture like down there, and what team building activities have y'all done recently?
You hit that off.
What have you done? I think Mike's very good with players and making connections within the group.
Mm-hmm.
So he works really hard to get all the players to buy in what we think's right. Just get the boys around each other all the time, and make sure we get more of a family bond going to make a real. Sorry, it's getting a bunch of getting the boys to buy into each other and like create more of a family bond type experience down here, which I think has been going throughout the year. I mean, definitely grown through I've been here from the start till now, and it's getting better every week. I can see, and everyone enjoys being around each other. And just the other day, we had a good team. We had our mini teams. We had a good event. It was a putting challenge that they set up in the gym.
I saw that.
Sand bunkers and all that. So that was a pretty cool one. And then I remember the first week I was here, they put us in small groups of 4, and we had to travel around the whole city of Palmerston to all like the sponsors and stuff to get like either a signature or some type of item at that place. It's like a scavenger hunt almost.
Yep.
And that was the first day I was there. I actually flew in that morning, and I did that in the afternoon. So that was just good to connect 3 guys I've never met before. And
you were able to get the lay of the land there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that was real cool. So those are a couple things that we've been working on throughout the season.
Where's the hecklers at, Cam? You came back empty-handed here, pal.
Yeah, no, they're I don't know what they're up to.
All right. Yep. Sounds like chickens to me. But anyway, Cam, I wanted to ask you about Tomas Caceres, who has been down there training. He was picked up by Miami in the expansion draft. How good of a player can he be for the Sharks?
I think he'll make a huge impact with the Sharks this year. I think he'll be pretty good. His lineouts have developed a lot since he's been down here. He kind of runs the Titans, which is like the coach, what we call him, with Free Jack, so the team going against the starting squad.
Yep.
So he kind of does all the preview for those lineouts and all that. So he's really done huge progression in his lineout work. And just being a domestic spot for the Sharks, I think he could help the team going along. I don't know how far they'll push him, but I think he'll definitely be a good player for them to pick up, especially with all the energies they have down there. So
for sure.
Really fit right in.
I'm sure he's going to be right at home down there in Miami. I just hate to see any of our former players go elsewhere. It just breaks my heart, man. Like I was pulling for that guy all year. Like I love the draft picks, especially the ones that come on here. So I hope the best for him. I think he's a great kid for sure. There is a strategic partnership between the Jacks and the Manawatu Turbos. What players on the team down there would you guys love to see in red, white, and blue come January?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
Yeah, give me a second.
There's like so many good personalities down here that would be great additions.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Joe Gavigan, I might be like just obviously leaning towards the Spud Club because I spent a lot of time with him, but Joey's a funny guy. And then you got tons of guys that are like skilled, like TK Howden and Braden Aoste, like they're just Hurricanes players, like they're great. But yeah, I'll stick with the front row. I think Joe Gavigan would be a funny guy, golfer, pretty good bats. Thinks like he would stick in.
Very good. Cam, you got anybody you can think of?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go shout and dog. I'm gonna go Kyle Brown. He's inside center. He's kind of just a good lad. I don't think he's been out of New Zealand, so it'd be a funny to get him up in Boston and just see what he's like. But he's a good crack off the field, so for sure, just someone cool to bring around. And definitely a good player. He's young. I think he's only 21, so he's doing well. He broke his hand earlier in the season, but it'd be funny to get him around.
Absolutely. You know, I've been watching the highlights. There's a lot of skilled players on this Manawatu team. You guys have won 2 games this season, which is 2 better than last year, of course. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best for this team going forward. Mike Rogers, obviously the head coach now. So, you know, I'm wearing all the gear, man. Like I'm turbos for sure. It's pretty cool.
Supporter.
So cool to see you guys down there and excelling. And Bozo chiming here sounds like much better than the Plymouth State fun run. I believe he was talking about the scavenger hunt. And we got another one
I
here.
don't know if it was.
Love this. Good luck down there. Good luck down under, guys, which I think is like a faux pas, right? Do they say down under there in New Zealand, or that's like they don't like that because
That's
it's
Australia.
That's
isn't it?
Australia.
that's Australia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thanks again for grabbing the shield in Chicago. Random fact, my phone died at the final, and the kind folks on the Davidowicz bus let me charge it up in post-match, I believe is what he's saying there. That doesn't surprise me. The Davidowicz clan is very, very nice people, for sure. I can attest to that. Let's talk about, I keep seeing posts about grandma's house or granny's house down there. What is the story about that, and who are y'all living with? Like, I think Cam, you mentioned it earlier, but like, so who's the crew?
So what we got living with us now is me, Q, and Ella. And then we have 2 Max and Wellington. They're 2 lads from South Africa that don't play rugby or anything. They just work at restaurant Little Savannah, which is like a pretty nice restaurant in Palmerston.
Okay.
So plus 5, but it's like 5 rooms rented out from obviously some grandma, but all their stuff's left in the house. So she comes back like a weekend out of every month, kind of. So there's like pictures on the wall of her and her family and all that. So it's pretty.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So these South Africans, obviously they're familiar with the rugby culture, but like, what's their take on living with you 3 rugby guys? Like, are they driving are they pulling their hair out or what?
No, they both play rugby and stuff.
Yeah, they grew up playing rugby.
Okay, yeah.
But we kind of on opposite schedules as well because we wake up early, try to get to like gym and all that, and then we finish in the afternoon. By the time we get home, they're cooks, so they're gone midday and they're not home till like midnight almost every day. So we talked to them here and there. They're good people, but just haven't talked to them much, so couldn't really tell you.
Honestly, not a good guys when we run into them, but like it's a huge house and there's just Nella, myself, and Cam. But yeah, quite unique. There's just like she just like. Yeah, she's not home.
She's not home, but all her stuff's there, so it's fun.
And unreal. So it's like a fully furnished grandmother's house that you guys were living in. That's pretty wild.
Holy, literally, it smells like an old person.
Hilarious. What's funny stories can you share about what's been going on there in the grandma's house or in the surrounding areas? Like any fun things that you can talk about since you're down there in New Zealand?
We've been playing a ton of cards. We've been playing. Do you know euchre?
Nope.
Euchre's like, I guess, a northeastern card game, Canadian card game. But so we've been playing like a 500 rendition of it. Cole and I pretty much ruin our friendship every time we play it together.
Me and JP have been beat a lot, so they're not
nice.
About that.
Okay.
But we've just been honestly playing the cards, which has kind of been nice. As some of the boys kind of chirped us before, but not. I guess there's not really much going down in Palmerston North, which is good.
It's laid back. Yeah, we got like last weekend because JP wasn't selected. We traveled up to Napier to watch them play Hawke's Bay.
Okay.
So I up with Astras and Hinsey and Keanu and all them. So I got to spend up there. We did a big road trip. We took our own car, so we got to see around. That was real cool. Driving around, went on wine tour, so we did wine tasting, all that at a brewery.
Okay,
so
nice.
That was a good crack. Yeah. But so it was all good. Bash having fun.
That's great. Yeah, Bastris is one of those guys. I'm just like, he just needs more playing time. Like, he's so good, man. He's as fast. He's quick like the wind. Like as fast as a cheetah or puma, if you will. I just think that guy has a lot of potential, and I really, really hope that he's been able to develop there in Hawke's Bay. Let's move right along here. What would the name of your buddy cop movie be with you two guys? That's a curveball, but that question's from Caitlin. What's your buddy cop movie name?
Buddy cop. What do we call it? What are you, Filth? Probably the Filthy Cowboys.
Filthy Cowboys. Both our mini teams put together.
Love that. Love that. That was pretty quick. Not much gets past you, pal. You're a very witty guy.
Well, I meant that was our mini teams are put together, and they're the Filth, and we're the Cowboys. So
love it.
We were calling each other the Filthy Cowboys. Some rugby baseball we were playing the other day.
Nice. Love that. So you guys carried that over from the Free Jacks, right, with the rugby baseball stuff?
The rugby baseball just mini game, but they still have all their mini teams and like that. That was just one little game we played, which is pretty fun.
Awesome.
It was good. None of them know baseball, so the team with all the North American guys, we won because we were kind of giving them hints.
Yeah, you guys were stacking the deck on that one for sure. Q, there's a post a while back about the end of the Dorchester room. What can you say about that? Like, people were a little bummed out about that post. What's going on, pal?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not over. It ain't over.
Okay.
I probably pour my heart into the Dorchester room a little too much.
Yeah.
I know Ben hasn't been never posts, honestly. Shot at him there. But nice. It ain't over. It ain't over. Okay. I know it'll always be the Dorchester room no matter where we live next year. Probably won't even change the username. But I've been trying to post a bit at Granny's. But I know I haven't as much as I'd like. I know I posted that initial pic with Cam myself. I think a picture of all of us playing cards today. And I might put up. She has this den that we like lock in. Like, it's quite cold. It's probably what's the equivalent of 7 degrees? It'd be like 50 degrees down there. Okay, maybe.
Yep. Is that like a little sunken family room?
Yeah. So it's quite cold. So we'll just throw the heater, like the electric heaters on, and we'll like lock in and we'll watch like movies and like the football. So that's
football's on Mondays. So that's been
yeah. So it'll be alive. It'll be alive. It's not going anywhere.
Very good. I think Bozo is about to just explode with happiness with regard to that. So let me see here. Bozo's, of course, throwing some stuff in the comments here. So when does the Grammy's House Instagram launch is his question there. Let's go Turbos from
Too short time. We'll just piggyback off Dorchester.
Love that. I was telling the guys, like, we were talking about this before we went live. Like, you guys' season is almost over. I didn't quite understand. I didn't quite realize it, I guess. You guys, have 2 weeks left before the NPC season is over with?
Yeah, just two weeks. They play this Saturday up in Auckland, and then one more game after that. So it's coming down shortly.
To an end. Wow.
And then Cam and I are going on a North Island road trip.
All right.
So we're going to Mount Maunganui, where the mechanical engineers from.
Okay.
We're probably going to go see Mitch Jacobson.
Nice.
And then we're going to go up to go see Josh Larson's dad in the Northland, in the north part of the island. And then we're flying over to see Mr. James Hilterbrand, Cecil.
Okay.
And Connor Young.
That's awesome.
Home. Yeah, it's going to be epic.
Sounds like a good time. Epic. I think this is in the South Island, but have you guys seen the Hobbit filming location yet?
No, that's up in the north.
Yeah, so
it is?
That as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Very good.
That's where awesome. Mitch is right near there.
Okay. Waikatu? Yeah, right on. Very cool. Cam, how's the Evergreen season been going? Because we don't really see a lot of posts about that, obviously, with the official turbos. How's that going?
Yeah, it went well. We didn't win many games, but we only played 6. The season's over now.
Okay.
But that was cool. We just got to travel around, a lot of road trips. So just like 2-hour road trips. Got to see a lot of the countryside and all that on the way. And it was just good playing, at least getting my games in. Played 6 games. So it was fun to get around and play.
And you're hoping to come back and, of course, play with the Mystic before the end of the ARP. Is that right?
Yeah, looking to see if I can get a shot playing with them. Obviously, I'd like to play a little more before the winter really hits. And then, especially with the MLR season getting pushed back a little bit, just get a couple more games in before I take a break.
Very good. I wanted to ask, is it possible for you to be selected to the Turbos within the last 2 weeks, or it's because you're an Evergreens player that's not allowed? Is that something?
No, because a bunch of the Turbos that wouldn't play would be on the Evergreens with me.
Okay.
So you move back and forth all the time. So it's definitely still an option. We'll see in the coming weeks. So
Yeah.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Absolutely. I think everybody's doing that at home for sure, hoping for you to make the squad for the official Turbos team. Q, the Turbos had a magical 2-game winning streak, and the first win in Auckland since before I was alive, but have been blown out more recently. What's been the focus in practice, and how can you guys turn things around?
Yeah, I think probably just when we turn the ball over and just getting back into position. We're giving up a little bit too many turnover tries.
Mm-hmm.
The effort's there nonetheless, but I think it's just if we turn the ball over, just stopping the other team, not breaking on defense, kind of just bending a bit. Then, yeah, because they just piggyback on each other, which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing in the morale's changed in terms of getting down on each other. We know what it is. Unfortunately, we're not able to fix it, which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, it'll cut these next 2 games. We're obviously looking to make just not to make any drastic changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if we can come out like we're going to win these games. These games are just as important as any other ones, and we've had actually a really good week of training. Monday, Tuesday. Had a nice golf event on Tuesday, so some more gelling with the boys, and then we got a good performance day tomorrow. So no, it's been going really well. Obviously aiming for 2 wins.
I appreciate that perspective, but a guy that's been there the entire time is a guy named Cole Keith, and I was hoping to get his perspective as well, but he just won't come on camera. I don't know what to tell you guys. He was crying.
He's scared. I think he can hear you in the other room too. He's
terrified,
scared.
Huh? Yeah, it's a shame. You guys got any?
He's just not sure if you're a Seawolves fan. I think he thinks you're a Seawolves fan.
Here we go with this bullshit. Yeah. So, if for the people that don't know, I selected the Seawolves as my Western Conference team. And by the way, I transferred from Houston, which nobody wants to talk about. Like I was a Western Conference fan of the Houston SaberCats last year, but I guess that doesn't matter. But now that I'm a Seawolves fan, everybody wants to give me shit about it. It is what it is. I'm a 1% Seawolves fan and a 99% Free Jacks fan. I think that's pretty good percentages, but I'm not a mathematician. I don't know what to tell you. Message to the Rangers. I just wanted to open the floor up to you guys and let you speak directly to the Free Jacks fans out there while you're down there in New Zealand. What you got to say to them?
What do you got?
Did we lose the connection? What's happening?
No, you're good. I think no, as always, thanks for checking in. Thanks for supporting the squad.
Hell
Phil. Both squads. But no, I think as unfortunately the season's coming to an end, and the boys are heading back to Canada, and obviously the New England Free Jacks Instagrams ran up with stuff and who's signed and whatnot. Really looking forward to next year. Obviously, talks about when the season will take place. Who knows? But I think really looking forward to next year. Mm-hmm. Phil in Fort Quincy making it so the town of Quincy's got to put some new stands in there.
Yeah,
and get a ton of people out. Like the mayor's done a sick job, and so is everyone in Quincy. Really, it's been awesome. So no, I know some obviously yourself, Phil, and the Rangers are excited, but we're just as excited. It was an amazing year last year, and we were looking to build on it this year again. Like we said, we want the Shield back. Once you taste it once, you probably want it more.
Hell yeah, Mr. Mayor, what you got for the Rangers out there?
Yeah, just thanks for the support. I mean, you can see growing and all the just coming to the games, everyone talking about it. So just thanks for the support. Been seeing it down here and looking forward to getting back when getting up to New England and hopefully kick on for another great season and keep the ball rolling right where we left off. Hopefully hit the ground hard. So thanks for the support.
We got a couple questions that came in here towards the death, so I'm going to get to those. And if any other former Free Jacks that are in Granny's house right now that want to come to the camera here, I will allow that to take place if you guys would like. But while we get to these questions, before we get out of here, we got Gary DeWitt, the father of Foster DeWitt, Fozzie, aka the Beaver. How's the World Cup New Zealand games to watch down there? Good pub atmosphere? ? How's the atmosphere down there? Have you guys seen any World Cup games?
So the time difference is kind of tough. They're usually all early morning.
Right.
So it's all been real early morning and too, like Sundays and stuff. So
it's been tough.
Honestly, not too much time at the pubs to watch the games, which I was looking forward to, but didn't really think of the difference.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Bozo chiming in here. Phil is Seawolves through and through. Sad. Okay. And we got a chant.
It's funny. The only reason I brought that up is because I remember Bozo chirping me for biting in on Nanu, and they dished it back to Nate Osberger. So I just wanted to make sure standards were kept high. And
I tell you what, man, Bozo he loves to he'll chirp anybody. Bozo would chirp his own grandmother if he could. So yeah, he's got turbo jacks. Oh, for sure. Solid New England for sure. So bitter. Todd, who is Spider, by the way, if you guys don't know this, good work, boys. That is the last comment. So Cole Keith is just going to be a phantom on the show at this point. He's not going to come on. Wow. He's lingering in the background. It's a real shame, but I appreciate you guys, having the guts to come on here. And this has been fantastic. I appreciate you boys so much. Good luck with the final 2 matches down there for the Turbos. We're rooting you on for sure. And we've got one word to exit the video in 3, 2, 1. Huzzah! Look at this. Unreal. Cole Keith, buddy, how are you? You waited until the end, right?
Yeah, I couldn't take any more beacon from you out there. I'm in a big card game with the boys.
I'm giving you an ear beating, pal. So I appreciate you coming on here. We got some folks chiming in. I believe this is your mom, Q, saying Cole. There's the favored son right there, the adopted son. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and have a great night. All right. Cheers.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.